What's up, people? Back again, Jarman International. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Now we're on Monday. Hopefully I provide something educational and positive for you for this week. I'm excited. Thank you for tuning in. Today, this is going to be more of a talk session today. This is more of a conversation talk because I have something that's on my heart that I think can really benefit you, as I always do. But today's topic is really, if you embrace this, I believe you will see some definite improvements in not only your life but the life of those around you. Okay, so I want to start off by talking about when I was in college and I played college basketball at University of Richmond. When I was in college and I played point guard, and for those you don't know, point guards handle the ball a lot. They set the table for the team. They run the team. So they're the extension of the coach on the floor. Most times, the point guard is. So, and I played point guard for 4 years, and I started all 4 years at point guard. So, but there was something about me being on the team and my presence on the basketball court. Okay, and the reason I say this is because there was at one point my junior year, there was an article written in the Richmond Times-Dispatch. I still remember the name of the newspaper in Richmond. They wrote an article on me, and the article was titled "Poised Under Pressure." Okay, poised under pressure. And in that article, it talked about how when I was on the court, the team played with a certain level of composure and ability to adapt to certain challenges. Okay, so as opposed to when I wasn't on the floor. So, and there was the paper gave specific instances. With me being on the floor, we would get into our offensive sets better. Everybody was able to fulfill their role and do it to the best of their ability. When we played in a hostile environment, when we would be on the road and playing in a hostile environment, you got 8,000 fans screaming for your demise, hoping that you fail, hoping you kick the ball off your foot. When you had the foul line, all the fans are screaming for you to miss. When you're in those type of environments, you got to keep your composure. Composure is big, okay? And, and then to take it a step further, say it's a close game. It's a close game. Every possession counts. The fans is screaming against you. The other team is juiced up, playing off of the energy, off of the crowd. And in those moments, okay, you got sweaty palms because you're nervous, but in those moments, there was something about me and my presence with the team that we were always able to, against all odds, overcome the adversity and most times come out with a victory, okay? And there were times when I wasn't on the floor when we didn't handle those situations well, whether it would be we turned the ball over several times, we just didn't, there wasn't a flow to our offense and things of that nature. And so what am I saying here, and how does it relate to you, and how does it translate to your life? So poised under pressure. When things happen, like when things are going well, we all do well, we all respond well. When life is treating you nice and the job is going well, you're getting along with your coworkers, your son or daughter is playing well with their sports team, your neighbor just brought you food. When life is treating you right, then everybody keeps their composure for the most part. But what happens when you get that bad report from your son or your daughter did something, they got in trouble at school, or something happened, you get a report from the doctor that's not a good report for you, or something happens with a coworker and the coworker, you find out the coworker said some things behind your back that wasn't true. or life happens, you know, how do we respond in the moments, those tough moments where, you know, something is against you? Okay, in those moments is when we have to keep our composure, okay, and be poised to handle those situations in the right way. Because let's face it, a lot of times when things like that happen, somebody talk about you behind your back, or something happened, or you get a letter in the mail saying, you know, a payment is due the next day when it should be due the next month. All those things, life comes at all of us, okay? But I want to challenge you today to handle those situations with composure. You know, a lot of times, if I get a bad report or I get something that I shouldn't have gotten, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll push it to the side, okay, and come back to it tomorrow. Okay, I'll come back to it the next day. Because sometimes it's best not to respond to something when you may be emotional, okay? And a lot of times the initial response to something is to be emotional. So what I'll do is I might table it for a day or two, okay, before I respond to it. Now, if your house is on fire, you can't table that, okay? So let's get it straight. So if there's some emergency, something that happened that you need to tend to right away, medically, something with your son or your daughter, you know, something happened to your house, your car, hear me out. You need to take care of that. So let me just be clear about that. Emergency situations are different, okay? But even in the emergency situation, you still can maintain your dignity and your composure. But anyway, so let's say things other than that come up, you know, let's try to handle our differences and situations with composure, because here's the thing, people are watching you. You know, I have people who call me when they're having situations, or they text me and, you know, they're dealing with something. People reach out to me because I'm a good listener, but also too, you know, I don't get caught up in the emotional side of things, and I try to respond objectively, okay? So I want to challenge you today. When life comes at you, you know, try to respond and keep your dignity and also your composure. You know, the thing is, I'm going to end with this. You know, they used to say, and people probably still say it, you know, adversity builds character. I used to hear that a lot. And I believed that initially. But I've come to believe something a little bit different. Adversity reveals character. Adversity reveals character. So a lot of times when you face adverse situations and things that are coming against you, a lot of times who you are and what you're made of comes to the surface. So adversity will reveal who you are, how much patience you have, how much self-control you have, or if you don't have any. You know, adversity hits, you respond in a way. But most of the time, I try to not let things ruffle my feathers, so to speak. And you know what? Sometimes I found out too, that it's not as bad as what you thought it was. You know, and sometimes people get stories twisted, they add on to it. You know, you need to get a further explanation of something. You know, so I want to end with saying, keep your composure today, okay, and every day. Don't fly off the handle. People are watching you. You know, how do you respond to certain things? Maintain your peace, you know. The peace of God. You know, I have the peace of God in every situation and circumstance. You know, nothing will rob me of that, you know, and I want to challenge you to do the same. All right, so hopefully you got something out of today. On Thursday, I have a special guest. This young man is really a powerful young man. This will be a special treat for you, so you don't want to miss Thursday. All right? You have a good day, and make sure you continue to spread the word. And remember, somebody's dependent on you. Be that leader they need. All right? Take care.
Perfect.